Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Love of Heart Movement radio show. This is Sheryl Jones, your Queen of Hearts, and I am here to have questions with the Queen today. I'm so excited about this new episode that we've started on a weekly basis. It is a wonderful time for me to answer questions that I've been asked over the years and recently, just to really kind of shape what type of business coaching and just really life coaching that I wanted to provide. So today's question was very interesting and something that was near and dear to me. It was from a friend that I got maybe 2 months ago, and we've kind of been working individually on this with her. But the question I thought would be wonderful to discuss with everyone today. It is a question of, how do you go from fear to action? You guys, one of the biggest things that I did in my business was I spent time researching my field. I worked in my field for many years, number one. But number two, when I decided I wanted to go into business, I spent 2 years at my job just kind of looking at, how does the system work? How do you get, a contract? How do you get paid from that contract? I did my research. I really, really did. And I tell people, you don't want to go into something blind. I know that motivation and, being excited and whatnot can really get you far, but what will sustain you and make a business profitable is the research. I truly believe you've got to check into what you want to do. And when you do your due diligence, you guys, you won't come up with a lot of surprises. Many times in life, we don't do our due diligence. We don't check out everything. We don't do what we need to do. So when that happens, we spend time just really struggling to get the things that we need to get done, because many times we don't know those steps. So I tell people all the time, if you can possibly hire a coach, that is one of the best things you could possibly do. And I say that because I've had coaches for, goodness, my business will be 10 years old in October. I've probably had a coach for 8 of those 10 years. And the reason I tell you that is because it's so vital to success. It's so vital to your business success. It's so vital to your life success, I believe. I believe when you have a coach, that coach is going to push you and give you information that you would have not had before. So with that being said, it's so important that you get with the right coach also. Not only agree to have coaching, but you have to find the coach that's great for you. Many times, some people think that, this person's coach is real good or whatnot. I'd like for you to take a moment and really speak to that person and really see if that person is for you. Many times, we think that everybody is for everyone, and that is just not the case. And I've seen that over the years for me as well. I've done several different styles of coaching, and I just know what works for me. So it's so important that, number one, you do your research on what you want to do. In order to move from that fear, you've really got to be committed to your outcome. And whatever that outcome looks like for you, you guys, many times people don't realize that what they're seeking is also seeking them. And what I mean by that, you guys, is if you're seeking a life of peace and serenity and enough money to pay your bills, but, not be just overly wealthy or whatnot, I believe that you can find that doing, if not one thing, a couple of things. You really can, and you can really be successful at those things if you truly, truly, truly map it out and just have a plan of action, you guys. Please just get a plan of action. And if you can't afford coaching, I tell people this all the time, go to seminars and workshops. One of the things that I'm starting July 10th and 11th is I'm doing a 2-day seminar, and it's really business and personal advice on how to get ahead in business, really. One of the things that I know is that you need information. And there is a lot of information on the internet, but if that information is unguided and you don't have a roadmap to go with it, you just have a lot of words that mean absolutely nothing. So it's so important as we just look at everything and just reevaluate everything that you have great, great information. And I say that because I know what can happen when you have the right information and the right motivation. Boy, your life can take off. I am a living witness to that. So I encourage you, in order to move from fear into action, you need to, number one, get your thoughts down, get your information down, and just really research what you want to do. The next thing I would tell you to do after you do your research, you guys, is just make sure that you stay flexible with your approach. And what I mean by that is, you guys, be willing to try multiple things in terms of, if you're doing a business marketing. I know of 36 to, goodness, probably 40 different things that you can do as far as marketing is concerned. And these are different little bitty things that really anybody can do. You've just got to have a person that's willing to learn and implement. And when you're willing to learn and implement, anything is possible. So I tell people all the time that, business is not for the faint at heart. It's really not, because you're going to have some months when you are making wonderful money. You're doing great. And then you might have those months when you're not doing so great. And when that happens, it's so, so important to really, 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 just be in a place where you can understand that, hey, I really want to grow a business. I really want to, do what I can for others and everything, and just really have a motivation and a really a great foundation to have a business and start a business. So with that being said, I think that we need to, many times, you guys, just have a game plan that's set together, a game plan that's really unique, a game plan that's for us. And when you do that, everything will happen the way it's supposed to happen. With thing that I found for me, you guys, to go from fear to action, it's really that game plan, doing my research, and then inside of you, you've got to have that internal motivation. And I think you get that internal motivation, you guys, when you have a clear-cut goal. So with that being said, a clear-cut goal for you. And it doesn't have to be driven by anybody else. Many times I tell people all the time that your goal could be so perfect for you, but you may share that with someone, and they may think that you're crazy. So just be careful who you share your goals with, because your goals have to be in alignment with who you are and who you choose to be. So that's so important as well. And that's how you're going to wake up every day just excited about what you do and about seeking and obtaining your goals, because you're going to have a real, big goal that you're searching for. And that goal for you may be, goodness, it may be a monthly amount that you want to sell or produce or whatever for your monthly income, or you may have a goal of touching so many people. I have 2 books now, and one of the things that I want to do is sell 200 books a month. So I would love to sell 100 business books and 100 of my personal story. Now, that is a goal that, in order to make that goal, you guys, I've got to be out letting people know that I have books. So it's so important that when we get an opportunity to speak on what our passion is, that we share that with the others. So how I go from fear to action is, number 1, I do my research. Number 2, I know what my goal is. I really know what my goal is, you guys, and really I go forward with that goal. And whether I get a green light from anyone, I believe if I have a green light from God, that's all I need. So it's so important that you are in tune with your spiritual side also. I tell people many times we think, everything in my life is good, but if you're lacking in any area, there's a lack. It's just like a tire. There's several areas of life, and if one of your areas have a hole in it, you're not complete. So it's so important that you get complete in all areas. and just really go for your goals and know that you can move from fear into action. That is the questions with the Queen for the week, how to go from fear to action. I look forward to having you guys on the other interviews that I do with individuals. They are always powerful and awesome. I do the Love of Heart Movement radio show Monday through Friday. Once a week I do Questions with the Queen. So usually on Wednesdays you get to hear the Question with the Queen. If you have questions, please email me at Sheryl, Sheryl, Jones, Jones, at Rodcor, RODCOR.com. And I would love to have your question and, read about it and find out. If I don't know the information, I'll definitely do the research because I do believe in research and, respond to you on one of my Wednesday podcasts on Questions with the Queen. This is Sheryl Jones, the Queen of Hearts, and I am so excited that you joined me today here on Love of Heart Movement. Make it a wonderful day. Bye-bye.